Hello and welcome to Critique of the Week. I am the ConflictNerd, and this week we're taking a look at The Long Dark. The Long Dark is an exploration-based survival game set in the aftermath of a global geomagnetic disaster. The game's currently in early access, and the chances are you're thinking, oh god, another survival game in early access. What's this one promising to do different from DayZ and Minecraft and Rust and all of the other survival games that are currently on the market? Well, I'm actually pleased to say that The Long Dark does something significantly different from those other games, and hopefully I can show you that. But what I would like to do first, of course, is have a look at the options menu, which you can see here. Got your FOV slider, which Total Biscuit will be pleased about. Audio sliders, controls, key bindings are rebindable as they should be. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that this is a thing? Because there are so many developers, mainly AAA developers, that don't let you rebind every key for some reason. Whereas indie developers always seem to do this. It's just great and it's good practice, and please, indie developers, keep that up. Anyway, as you can see, we've got story and we've got sandbox. There is no story right now. That's not in the alpha, but it could certainly be interesting. There haven't really been... I don't know of any survival game in this sense that's had a story, so it's either going to be a huge success or it's going to be something that people maybe avoid. I'm not going to comment on it at the moment. I'll probably talk about it a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we'll jump into sandbox mode. I'll play as one of two characters. I'll pick the woman, because why not? And there's two regions at the moment. Now, the coastal highway was actually added quite recently, but I'm going to stick with the mystery lake while I deliver my critique, and then we'll jump to coastal highway when it comes to doing the Let's Play section of this video. So let's go ahead and start things up a little bit. And as you can see here, the key to the game and the question that the game puts to you is, how long can you survive? That's certainly... That is certainly an interesting enough question, because I'm usually not very good at these games, and oh great, we've spawned in at night time. This is actually something I've never had happen to me before. Too windy to light a match. That's also something I've never seen before. Okay, well, we are actually pretty much screwed in this case. It's nighttime, there's nothing we can really do, and this is kind of terrifying. Alright, I've reloaded, and it's now noon, and this is much better for playing and surviving in. So welcome to The Long Dark. It's a fairly pretty game in its own way. You know, it's not stunning visually, but I mean, it's pretty enough. It gives me some comic book vibes. I don't know if I should be getting those vibes. I like it. I do like the way the game looks. And hopefully you do as well, because this is pretty much all you're gonna see. Trees and snow and rocks and the occasional cabin somewhere, which hopefully we can stumble across, otherwise I'll be dying sooner than later. So what kills you in The Long Dark? What is it that you're going up against? Because obviously in DayZ, it's players and zombies. In Rust, as far as I'm aware, it's players, and in the likes of the forest, it's going to be those weird naked guys, and in Minecraft, it's creepers and zombies and skeletons and spiders, and everything that's not a sheep, pig, or cow, or chicken, I suppose. So what is it you're going up against in this? Well, over there, you'll see a wolf has just gone behind that pile of logs, so I'm not going to go... There's another one as well. I'm not going to go that way, because they will try to kill me. And I would rather not die. So that's one thing that will try and kill you. Wolves. Now, you can fight back. They will pounce on you, and you get the opportunity to mash the left mouse button, and then eventually punch them. I think you have to do it twice. You basically build up your punch, and then smack them. And if you do it right, you can actually kill them, and then you can take their hide, or take their meat, or take their guts, and... well, it's all very pleasant, isn't it? But yeah, that's one thing that's going to kill you. Another thing that's going to kill you, and you might have heard my character shivering there, is the cold. Now, as you can see, my cold is rising, as is my fatigue, hunger, and thirst. You can freeze to death. So the environment is potentially going to kill you, as well as lack of food and lack of water. And I imagine that fatigue, I've never had it happen to me, but I imagine fatigue won't so much kill you as make you pass out and then potentially die in the cold. So,
best be
oh lovely, salty crackers, don't mind if I do. And some dog food, my favourite. Alright, so, as you can see there, the game does work off of a looting system. You'll find backpacks, you'll find corpses, and you'll find huts here and there that you can go into, and you can loot the cabinets and the boxes and everything like that. You'll also find huts that contain... I hear a wolf. You'll also find huts that contain stoves. You can cook on the stoves, as well as melt snow into drinkable water, as well as light the stove for warmth. That's probably going to be the best way to keep yourself warm. You can forage for wood. You can also find wood about the place in some shacks. And you can light a campfire, but oh god, another wolf. I've never actually lit a campfire because I would rather be inside in safety and be warm than be out here sitting around a campfire waiting for a wolf to come and find me. Now, hopefully, I can avoid this wolf here because he isn't going to be too friendly. Ah, there's a shack over here, actually, so let's see about heading over that way. There's a couple of buildings over here by the looks of it. That's perfect. This is actually perfect to demonstrate what I was talking about. So, there's only 2 buildings. That one's sort of broken. Oh, there's 3. Alright, let's go ahead and pop into here and see what exactly there is going on. So we're inside a trailer. What have we got? That looks to be an energy bar. Yes, it is. Okay. And that looks to be a nice pair of cotton socks. Ooh, some cedar firewood. We can light a nice fire with that a bit later on. Plastic container, which we can loot. Contains nothing, and a heavy wool sweater that I'm going to take, as well as search this metal container here for a flare. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so you do have equipment, and some of your equipment is going to help you out quite significantly. We'll start here with clothing. Obviously, we've got the heavy wool sweater. Now, you can see here I'm currently wearing a thin wool sweater, which is giving me a 0.4 degrees C warmth bonus and the same on windproof. This heavy one is not as good with windproof, but it's better for warmth, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And that all comes together to build up your clothing warmth bonus, as well as your wind chill bonus as well. So at the moment, I'm sort of okay. I'm warming up a little bit. It's still quite cold in here, but I'm not too bad. Now, as well as clothing, you've got first aids. Things like antiseptic and bandages are useful if you've been bitten by a wolf. Wolves won't necessarily kill you if you play your cards right. They will bite you, and that bite needs treated. So you apply antiseptic, you apply bandages, and you're pretty much sorted. I have never needed antibiotics, but I imagine those will be quite useful. Food and drink is obviously self-explanatory. Materials. Now, there is a crafting system in the game. We'll get to that a little bit later on, hopefully. I'll mention it in a second anyway. As well as tools such as all of this. The matches and accelerant and everything is quite useful for lighting fires, obviously. And in other, you're going to have things like your bedroll, which is something I've never actually used other than to lie down and die. I was live streaming this game, I think on the day that I got it, and I realized that I was probably going to die, so I wound up just putting my bedroll on the ground and going to sleep, and, well, dying. So I sort of used the bedroll as more of a suicide button / I accept my fate button, rather than actually sleeping outside, which seems like a terrible idea. Anyway, let's do a little bit more looting. What the hell? A down ski jacket. That's actually a really good condition. Hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and put that on, because that'll help me live just that little bit longer. Yeah, that's really good, actually. Okay, let's keep that on. Anything else in here? That's possibly the best item of clothing I've ever found in the game, so that's nice. Also some Summit soda. And some scrap metal. Jerry can has some kerosene in it. I'll bring it anyway. I probably won't get to use it. Also some, whatever that was. anything else in here that I could use? We'll get the newsprint. We can use that in a fire, and that seems to be everything. Okay, there's one more building in this area that we can go to. So, I mentioned there's a crafting system. You can basically, I think you can craft things like snares, and if I remember the recipe right, it takes some reclaimed wood, or it takes some wood, and I think it takes guts as well. And I'm almost certain that you need to find a crafting bench to make something like snares. And the reason I bring that up now is because I'll probably forget to do it later. Because this is actually my second time recording this critique, because the first time I did it, I spent 25 minutes on critique, and then 25 minutes into my Let's Play section of the video, I found a crafting bench.
Okay.
I didn't know crafting was in the game until I found that crafting bench, so probably a good idea to just clear that up now. There is crafting. I don't really know it in depth, but as you can see here, you can repair things. You can also harvest things. So if I wanted to say, you know, harvest this hat that I'm not wearing, I can start the harvest up a little bit. And it gives me cloth. Lovely. We can also do the same to the sweater, for example. And as you can see, it is passing some time to do it, but it's giving me some cloth, which if I go back, I can, I suppose, use to repair the boots, not the boots, the jeans that I'm wearing. There we go. Not going to use any tools. Let's just, oh, we don't have a sewing kit. Okay, so you need a sewing kit to do that. Alright, well, that's certainly a thing. That is the way that's going to work by the looks of it. And yeah, there is a crafting system. You can reclaim materials from certain items. You can repair certain items of clothing. It's not necessarily a complex system, but I don't think it needs to be. I think it's about as detailed as it should be. There's a fire log that'll hopefully come in useful if I can find a shack that actually contains some kind of stove. Doesn't look like I'm gonna. You'll also notice over there, there's another animal. I think there's two of them, actually. I think it's an elk. I think it's an elk or a deer, I don't know, or a reindeer. Could very well be a reindeer, I suppose. But whatever it is, you can kill and eat it. The only thing is you need to shoot it, and guns are very hard to come by. In fact, in all the hours I've put into the game, I've only ever found bullets, never actually a gun. So it's certainly an interesting idea. You know, most of these survival games are very much in the idea of you're in this wilderness, you need to arm yourself. This one goes along the lines of you're in this wilderness, you need to get out of it. You're not here to, you know, dominate the wildlife in the wilderness. You're not here to fight against the wilderness. You're not here to stay out in the open. You're here to survive, and most of your survival involves getting into a place of warmth, which is usually going to be inside. Uh-oh. I did not see you. I did not see you. I don't think you're all that interested in me. Oh god, he is interested in me. I've got a flare. I've got a flare. I don't think they like the flares, so hopefully he is running after me. He is running after me, but hopefully he'll stop. Oh god. Hopefully he'll stop chasing me, or hopefully I can outrun him. I can't imagine I'll outrun him, but I don't think he likes the flare all that much. There's another one over there as well. Is there anyone that way? Doesn't look like it. I think he stopped following me though, which is nice. Oh, a bridge. Okay. Should probably be careful though. There's a wolf over there, and at least that wolf has definitely stopped following me. But yeah, it's an interesting idea that you're not here to dominate the lands that you're in. Again, we could draw some comparisons to DayZ in that sense. DayZ is very much about get into this world and do everything in your power to rule over and dominate this world and be the most powerful player. You know, kill the zombies, kill the players, do everything you can to do that. It is a very different experience playing The Long Dark, and I really enjoy it, actually, is the thing. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think that's something that anyone that's played DayZ might find as well, is that this is a refreshing change to the old formula of, you you know, fight the players, fight the zombies, fight the various monsters. This is more about, well, just not fighting at all. It's about surviving. Now, it seems I'm getting a little bit hungry. I really don't like this. This is really freaking creepy. Some jeans there, I'll take those. And whatever this is, accelerant, as well as some matches. Anything in the locker? I have to force it open. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't. I'm actually really worried that something's going to jump out at me. Let's take some grape soda. Alright. And let's search this locker as well. Okay. Anything else I should be wary of? There are some noises in here I'm not liking. Purification tablets will be nice. I can get some water for those. Simple tools. I'll take those as well. As well as some basic boots. I don't think so.
Best be prepared.
Oh, that'll be nice. But yeah, the game is effectively a nice change from the likes of DayZ and from the likes of Rust and all the other survival games that we've had over the last couple of years. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Oh, I don't like that at all. There's definitely something else in this building, and I'm probably going to brick it. To be honest, not liking the idea that there is something that wants to maybe kill me in here. But whatever the case, like I said, the game is... It's a nice change. It is in early access, so there are a lot of features that still need to be added, and I think it's important to keep that in mind. And usually I would very much be one way or the other when it comes... I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. It's just creeping me out. I'm getting out of here. Usually I would very much be one way or the other when it comes to a game in early access, and it would be either get this now or leave it. But I think The Long Dark is more along the lines of a kind of grey area. Also going to throw that because it's annoying me. Actually, you know what? I'll bring it with me. That'll be a good idea. But yeah, it's more in a grey area, and I say that because I don't know how someone who has never played DayZ and not really done much survival Minecraft and never played the likes of Rust, I don't know how someone like that's going to find it. And I say that because I think it's entirely possible that I enjoy this more because it's such a change from the other survival games. Because this is so much more about surviving alone and the fact that you are alone and everything like that. It's more about this kind of intimate survival situation where you're not running around all guns blazing, wearing armor, etc., etc. Oh god. You know, it really is this kind of you versus the world, except there's nothing in the world, and there's not meant to be. And it makes it a very interesting experience. And it's an experience that I am really, really enjoying playing. So, it is kind of entirely up to you whether or not you would enjoy a game like this. I'm not going to say that you should definitely go out and buy this, because I don't think I should in this case. I think you need to look at yourself and say, am I sick of DayZ, or do I want to try something that's different from DayZ? If you do, then sure. But if you're a massive DayZ fan and you want something that's a bit like DayZ but has these other elements, you're not going to find it here. So, it is really entirely up to you. Are there any features I would like to see added? Certainly, I would love to see multiplayer, but don't get me wrong, I don't want to see a DayZ multiplayer with, you know, 60 people on a server. I would love to see the option to invite a single friend to my world, because suddenly you have this added challenge. And you might be thinking, well, how do you have an added challenge if there's someone else there to help you? Think about it. The resources are very scarce as it is, therefore having two people that need to survive sharing these resources, suddenly you're in a situation where you're either competing with your friend or you're not. and you'll need to compete with that friend, otherwise you're probably going to die. But if you're trying to work together, it's just a whole list of different challenges that having a friend there with you is going to pose, and I would really like to see something like that. Now my hunger is alright, but my thirst not so much. Let's have a quick drink of water. There we go. Okay, my cold is getting way up and my fatigue is way up as well, so I need to find somewhere to sleep. And this wind probably isn't helping either. No, I really don't want to have to settle down out in the cold. I really want to find a shack or something that I can bunker down in for the night. I say night, it is only 4 in the afternoon there. But we'll see. My fatigue is rising really quickly. I do worry that if I pass out, that'll probably be me dead. Hopefully that doesn't wind up being the case. Now, I do think I recognize this area. Yeah, I do. On my right, there should be... On my left, I'm fairly sure there's going to be a series of buildings that are quite far away across this frozen lake. On my right, there should be some kind of... I think it's the camp office, if I'm not mistaken. So, am I correct in that assumption? I'm almost certain, yeah, I'm correct in that assumption. The camp office is going to be over here, and it's going to be closer than those buildings over there. So, let's go ahead and get to that. Actually, I say that, it might not be closer at all. Oh, it is. But yeah, this is pretty much the Long Dark. It's you versus the environment. And if you like that idea... Oh god, there's a wolf. And you like the idea of not having to worry about someone shooting you in the head from a mile away with a sniper when you've just spawned, and you want something that's different, then the Long Dark is worth checking out. And it's going to be interesting to watch that game develop over the next couple of months and years, probably, hopefully. So, it really is a situation where it's entirely up to you. I've made my points clear. I'm not gonna heavily critique the game at the moment. I know the series is called Critique of the Week, but critiquing a game like this when there's only sandbox mode and it's so early in alpha is a little bit unfair. I think performance is maybe the only thing I would like to see improved a bit, but it's not that horrible, to be honest. So I don't know. I really enjoy the game. I'm continuing to enjoy it, and that's kind of gonna be it. Performance could be nice, multiplayer could be nice, and just more of what we're getting so far. So with that in mind, I think I'll switch over to the other map and start up the kind of Let's Play section of this video. So this is gonna be the end of my critique. Let's go ahead and get towards the Let's Play section. What is that? Is that just light? I didn't know you could get underneath the stairs here. Okay, interesting. Let's jump into the Let's Play section. Okay, so welcome to the Coastal Highway. This is obviously, as I said, the new map that was added recently. And it's certainly an interesting one. This map is actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be, but it's also challenging in its own respect, because it's a bit like that lake that we wound up at when we just finished on the previous map, except the lake on this one is a hell of a lot bigger. Now, the reason that poses its own challenge is because if you suddenly have a snowstorm, a complete whiteout in the middle of that lake, you've got no idea where you're going, so it really does pose its own challenge in that regard. Also, on this map, I've put about an hour into this map and about, I don't know how many into the other one, but I've yet to find any stoves on this map, so it seems that a lot of what you're going to have to do for heat is, well, you could use a lantern, I suppose, but I've yet to find a stove that actually I can light for heat, so yeah, hopefully we can find something like that around here. Doesn't seem to be anything of particular interest in here, though, so let's pop back outside. And we're going to have to start heading down the hill, I suppose, and hopefully find... What the hell did I say? Find. Hopefully find some good resources down the hill. Also, I don't want to jump because I'll break my legs. Or maybe I do want to jump. I'll just go around. I don't see why not. Now, it is bloody cold out here. My character's already shivering. My cold is getting to about halfway filled. When it gets to about halfway filled, I'm going to have to start worrying about my condition dropping a bit. As well as my calorie count. Now, can I go down this way as a bit of a shortcut down the hill? Yes, I can. That small drop took 2% of my condition off of me. Seems legit. Let's keep moving. You can sort of see the lake there that I'm talking about. The thing is friggin' huge. And I really don't want to get a snowstorm while I'm out there. That would be the worst situation possible. There's also a small shack down there that I want to pop into. Hopefully I can find something of use in there. Hopefully, anyway. Let's pop down and over to the shack. I've also yet to see any wolves, which is a nice change. Nothing to worry about in that regard either. Okay, let's pop inside. There's a lantern, don't mind if I do. There's a nice down ski jacket. A flare doesn't seem like a bad thing. Okay, let's go ahead and put the ski jacket on. Just because I'll probably need it. There we go. Not all that great a condition though, so it's not going to give me that much of a buff. Anything in the plastic container? Nope. Okay, so there was nothing of interest inside that building really worth talking about. So let's continue down the hill here and hopefully get to the lake that I've been talking about. As we saw a minute ago, it is a bloody huge mass of ice. And it is unpleasant, but hopefully we can find something useful down there. There are several little groups of shacks about the place. There's also a couple of what would be islands if it wasn't frozen. I suppose there's still technically islands. There's a couple of islands down there as well. That one, for example, has a house on it. I think that one does as well. As well as a load of little shacks about the place that might have something in them as well. So, hopefully we can get to somewhere that has some degree of warmth in it, because my condition is dropping fairly quickly. It's, well, not that quick, but quick enough. You don't want that to drop too much, otherwise you're going to start having some problems, or I suppose not necessarily some problems, but some worries. Anyway, let's see if I can pop down here as a bit of a shortcut. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. Oh, God. I've sprained my ankle. Oh, great. Take painkillers and rest for 4 hours. Do I have painkillers? No. Great, my condition's going to be dropping even quicker and I can't sprint. Where's the nearest group of buildings? Over there by the looks of it. Although there might be some... No, I don't think there are any over that way. Might just have to go straight for that place then. I don't know, a couple of buildings over there. Please tell me there's some over there. Oh, yeah, there are. Okay, we're going that way. We're going straight over here. I am limping a bit, but we should be able to make this easy enough. I don't know. I could use some painkillers. Would be nice. Oh, great. Wolves. Please tell me they're not over here. Please, please tell me the wolves aren't over here, because if they are, I can't run away from them at all, so this could be a little bit problematic. Not seeing them. Okay, okay. Now, next question. Can I get in here? No. Right, I don't think I'm going to find painkillers at a logging camp. I don't think I'll find them here. I think the only place I've ever found painkillers is inside actual houses, and they're usually beside a bed. So I don't think we'll find any painkillers in here. I could get my 4 hours rest, I suppose, but that's not going to do me a lot of good if I don't have painkillers. That could probably also do with eating a little bit as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll have an energy bar. Okay. Right, let's continue out this way and see if we can maybe find something. Yeah. Oh god! Whoa! Okay. Right. Punch. And build up the attack. And punch. Okay. Right, he is dealt with. As you can see, we could, you know, take his meat or take his hide. Oh, fuck. Get into the shack. Get into the shack. Get into the shack. Whew. Okay, my condition is pretty bad. I am bleeding, so I need to get a first aid. Blood loss. Apply a bandage. And apply antiseptic. Okay. Right, equipment. First aid. Antiseptic. Use. Okay. And then equipment, first aid, bandage, use. That's, yeah, we're not really in a great situation right now. I don't have any painkillers, but I think I might just want to rest for maybe, let's say 2 hours, just in case the wolf might be gone by then. You know, I might get lucky. He might have buggered off and decided to not wait about to kill me. At least I'm not bleeding anymore, though. That's nice. So let's pop outside and see if my doom is waiting outside this door. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, well, I've got that going for me.
That smarts a bit.
Your carcass is frozen. Okay, well, that's problematic. I don't think the other wolf's about here anymore, so at least I've got that going for me as well. Also, my cold's down a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get to that house in the middle of the lake, though, because if I could get some painkillers, I'd be okay. I could certainly sprint about the place a little bit more, but I am quite wary that another wolf might rear its head and decide to kill me, which would certainly be less than good. Although I will say it's nice to not have my condition dropping because of the cold at the moment. It seems to be a little bit warmer than it has been.
Ow.
Oh, I've got lantern fuel. I can light that and warm myself up. There we go. That'll actually warm me up a little bit and give a nice little bit of light as well. So, yeah, that's certainly a thing. I'll keep myself warm with a lantern. It's not going to warm me up that much, but it'll certainly do something. I can also place the lantern if I so desire, as you can see. It can be placed on the ground, but I would rather not be doing that right now.
I'm gonna need
Let's just get to this house. I might check in the little green shack as well, just because we'll be passing it anyway. Now, the last time, I think it was this island anyway, the last time I was in this island, there were a lot of wolves on it. Quite a few of them anyway. So hopefully that's not going to be the case this time around. Because if it is, chances are I'm probably going to die over here. But you never know. I might get lucky. I might happen to get a bit lucky. Let's just check this green shack here and see what exactly is inside of here. Okay. Anything? Summit soda? Nothing else. Let's put the lantern down for a second. Just in the hope that it will... Okay, nothing in there. And some more peaches, some mittens. I'm pretty sure I'm already wearing gloves, so... Right, let's go. We're almost to the house, so we are getting there. My only concern is that it's getting a bit dark, and unless I find some good stuff in here, I'm gonna have to leave, basically. I need to find some good resources inside this house that'll help me effectively survive the night. Because if I don't find anything to survive the night, I can't stay here because I'll get starving and hungry and all that stuff, and my fatigue will be all over the place, and my thirst will be all over the place. So hopefully this house has a lot of stuff in it. Anyway, at least we're finally on the island. It only took us, you know, 3 days to get here, what with the limp and all of that. Also doesn't seem like there's any wolves out here, although there is a corpse, which I suppose we can go ahead and search for some stuff. Okay, absolutely nothing.
That smarts a bit.
Alright. Come on. Almost there. Anything up here? Just really need to make sure there's no wolves, otherwise I'm screwed. Which is not something I want to happen. Especially not when I'm about to get into the sodding house I've been looking to go to for about 5 minutes. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get in here. We're not freezing as well. At least we'll warm up a little bit when we get inside the house. Okay. We have some salty crackers. We have a cabinet that we can search,
This stuff will come in handy.
which is Summit Soda. As well as here as well, which has nothing of worth. Now, there is a bed just here, and I think I'm right in saying that those are antibiotics. Of course they are. They don't have painkillers. Bollocks. Okay, are those bandages? Ah. Right, well, this could be problematic. They might have painkillers. They might have painkillers. Doesn't seem like it, does it? Some wool socks down there. Yeah, somehow I don't think these guys have painkillers. Okay, that's something to keep in the drawer, I suppose. Anything? Please? Energy bars, better than nothing. Condensed milk. I think this is just a back door. Let's see what's in the freezer. If anything. Okay, nothing there. What about the fridge? Nothing there either. Okay. Newspaper roll. Oh, I don't like that there's no bloody painkillers. See, I can lie down to rest for a couple of hours, but I mean, I don't know that there's much point in doing that. I mean, I do need to eat and I do need to drink, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll have a couple of Summit sodas, which will put my calories up a little bit. Now, is that sort of my thirst out? Not quite, so I'll have another one. Okay. And I'll take a... Condensed milk's actually... Yeah, it's got a lot of calories in it. I'll take the energy bar. There we go. And I'm going to take the salty crackers as well. There we go. Let's finish those off. And I'm going to go to bed. And I'm hopefully going to be able to rest for 12 hours, which is going to burn a lot of calories, but at least I get through the night. There we go. Uh-oh. Why has my sleep been interrupted? Can I go back to sleep? I can. Okay. I want to go back to sleep. Interrupted again. Yeah, since I'm not interested in finding out what that is, because I really don't want to crap myself, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to leave it there. So that's The Long Dark, ladies and gentlemen. There's not really much more to it. It's an exploration-based survival game that's currently on Steam Early Access. There's going to be a link in the description below. You can go and check the game out. I think there's a lot of potential here, but I think it's also something that you really want to go into aware of the fact that it's not an action-packed survival game. It is different to DayZ and Rust and Minecraft in the sense that it's more about the exploration, it's more about the immersion, and it's more about fighting the environment as opposed to players or zombies. So, yeah, with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. I've been a ConflictNerd, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.